Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. What we have for you today is a retro model Glock. This is a limited edition that was done by Lipsys. I think there was only like 10,000 units of these produced. If you look on the Glock website, you will not see this model, but it is a Glock pistol. It is in a Glock box. You will see. This is not the P80 that you buy and put together yourself. That's not one of those. That's where they get the name though, because P80 is the Austrian military designation for the Glock pistol that they originally developed to use for the Austrian military before it was for the civilian market. So here, this is the nice box that it comes in. You can see it's got a diagram of the pistol, it's got the map of Austria, more of it. So this is a nice box. I've tried to keep it really nice and not bend it or anything like that. There's magnets here on the box that keep it closed. So once you open the box, on the very top it has the story about Glock, right? Long-standing history, blah, blah, blah. The Glock P80 to the Austrian army, polymer frame, safe action system, yada, yada, yada. So we know it now as the Glock 17, but originally it was the P80. So 17 is the, what do they call that? The patent number, I believe, the 17th model. So comes with the safety paperwork, but you see it says P80 on it, right? So if you look on the Glock website, you can't see P80, that doesn't exist. Then it comes with a certificate of authenticity, each one of these does. So you see certificate of authenticity, limited release pistol, yada, yada, yada. Each one of them comes with this. And then it comes in this plastic Tupperware, because this is how it originally came. So it's inside this little plastic Tupperware box. It says Glock on it. So you see the little, does say Glock on it, safe action pistol. So here it is. So it looks somewhat from afar like a Gen 3 Glock 17, but it has some specific differences. So starting off, you see that it looks a lot like a Glock 17. It just says P80 on the slide. It doesn't say Austria on it like the other ones do. You see it has no accessory rail. It has the plastic guide rod. Doesn't start with the metal guide rod until Gen 4. Doesn't have the ability to have any of the back straps. You see there's really not much texturing, if at all. Completely smooth here, no finger groove. It's got a cutout here on the mag well. Same plastic sights, only rear slide serrations. And everything else, Gen 3 Glock 17, like the small mag release button that's hard to use. Same safe action trigger, right? So this model, however, has a lot more take-up than the other ones. So this one, it's super squishy. Like, look at how far the take-up is. And it is, I would say, probably a good 6 pounds or more. You gotta really squeeze. And the audible click reset. So this is pretty much as close to a Gen 3 Glock 17 as you're gonna get, with just a few minor differences. So a lot of people will be like, well, why is it that cool? Well, it's a retro model and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, and there's a very limited run of these. Most of you probably haven't even seen one of these or know what it is. You think it's that other thing that you buy and that you have to put it together yourself. That's not what this is. This is a limited run of a retro model. So actually, I have two of them. I bought one to keep. So this is my one that's just going to stay in my safe until I retire, or until somebody offers me something I can't refuse for it, which I don't see happening. And then I have one that I actually use that I took to the range yesterday, and I'm going to talk about this one. So this is the same thing. All I did was add the bigger mag release button. You see how much bigger it is, so now it's useful. And then I put night sights on it, the factory Glock night sights. So I only modified a few things, but in the end, I did kind of ruin a collector's item, but I already have another one here that I've just left in the box and everything. I still have the original box for this and everything, and I've kept it nice. So I'm only going to use this sparingly. So I used it yesterday, and it's just as accurate as the other Glocks. I really like the trigger on this because I like the Gen 3 trigger. It's squishy, but the weight on this one is a little less newtons. I think this one's 2 newtons less than the other ones. The other ones are 28 newton trigger pull. This one's 26. So it's a little lighter, but it is super squishy. You will notice that if you ever get a chance to use one of these, that the squish factor is like when you pull, like it goes a real far away. Like I'm still pulling, and then it finally goes off. So you see there's a lot of travel. So I like it though, because I don't like the Gen 4 triggers, and then I stopped after that. I don't like the Gen 5 either because the dual controls, the ambi controls, I don't care for that. I just like the plain Glock pistol just like it is. So it is highly accurate right out of the box, just like the other ones. I think I've used this one like 4 times now. I went and used it yesterday. I had a good time with it. So I'm going to show you the target. It was at 10 meters or 33 feet. I put 4 magazines through it, and this is highly accurate. There's little to no recoil, and it's really great at managing the energy. I really like the plastic guide rod better than the metal. I do not like the Gen 4. I like the Gen 3. Same with the Glock 20 versus Glock 21. The Gen 3 one that I have with the plastic guide rod, it manages the energy better for some reason. I don't know why. So I think it's because it's not as stiff, but I think it's just a preference thing when it comes down to it, and this is what I prefer. So I'm going to break out the target here and show you what kind of accuracy I was able to get with this retro P80, which is essentially the same thing as a Glock 17. Here's the target from yesterday. I had the target at 10 meters or 33 feet. I was using 115 grain full metal jacket, 9mm ammo. I've used this pistol probably I think like 4 times now at the range. I haven't used it all that much. It is essentially just like a Gen 3 Glock 17 for the most part. I have a couple different ones of those, so it's not much different from shooting that. There are a few minor differences like the grip and the trigger, but it's really, really minor. I do like the trigger and the grip. I'm not complaining. It's just a little bit different. I just wish that there was a little bit of texturing to the grip because it's pretty much non-existent, and it does make my hands sweat pretty easily. Not changing the magazine release button and keeping the original one, it wouldn't have worked. My hands are just too small, so I needed to do that to make this functionable. It doesn't have an accessory, so no light, but I'm okay with that since this is just for target shooting at the range anyway. So you can see it's accurate. I had it at 33 feet, 10 meters, like I said. Factory 115 grain brass case ammo, nothing special, no malfunctions whatsoever. It's just like any other Glock. It'll eat whatever you feed it. It is just kind of fun to shoot something a little bit different, and I haven't seen many other people with these because they did do a limited run of these. So it is kind of fun to take out every now and then to the range and see what it can do, and it doesn't disappoint. I wish I did better, but sometimes you get a little bit impatient, so it is what it is. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more related content and reviews.